Hello, welcome all of you here once again. I hope your preparation is going on pretty well. Let's help you. And for sure, those who haven't yet started are requested to. We shouldn't wait for the results. We should be prepared whenever the examination is going to be conducted or whatever the result is. Preparation is always worth, never leaves us in a lurch. Let's start this All India Live mock description video. Before that, let me inform you, we have this great Indian Examination Fest, which ends in 2-3 days, 20th of November. One can use the code FEST, F-E-S-T, and grab flat 57% on SSC test subscriptions. I hope this is valid. Do check once. For the course subscriptions, batch subscriptions, or the super elite subscription also, where in just one subscription we get access to all the running courses, the upcoming courses, the batches, the mock tests, typing tests, and everything such. Let's start without any delay. We go ahead and we'll be finishing this as soon as possible. Yes, I'll be solving RCs live with you as we have done in the previous sessions also. And reducing brightness so that it becomes clearer. Welcome Himlata, Nitish, Chivalrous, Mohini, Abhinav, Palak, Jessica, Har Har Mahadev. Good evening all of you. Done. Quickly, let's go ahead. Great Jessica, Himlata and Chivalrous. Exactly. Great leaders throughout history have shaped societies through vision, courage, and resilience. I can think of this like their leadership was often tested during wars, maybe, for leaders. But now I came to know figures or leaders like Ashoka, Abraham Lincoln, okay, Nelson Mandela transformed their nations through moral conviction and empathy. Despite differences in context, they shared a commitment to justice, peace, and human dignity. I'm sure you're talking about now these leaders. Their legacies remind us that true leadership can transcend power. It inspires collective purpose and unity. I think you're talking about these leaders. So, in understanding their journeys, I think you're still talking about these leaders. Their leadership, okay, then defining that noun first, those people, leaders, and then talking about them. Done. Q first, only one statement starting with Q and PRS then. Great leaders is a general statement, is a hypothesis to start with, then putting something precise. Leaders like Ashoka, Abraham Lincoln, their leadership, their differences, their legacies should be all together. So yes, Q and then PRS. Absolutely. Quick. Yes. Astronauts then begin when? First can't be the first one. Drop it. The lunar module, named Eagle, seems to be descriptive, touched down safely on the moon's surface. Neil Armstrong took his historical first step, declaring it cannot be for Neil Armstrong, probably for the module, for the Eagle. Okay, a giant step for mankind. So it can't be the first one. We have a better choice. After completing their mission, can never be the first one. Second, and then Neil Armstrong, then the astronauts, and finalizing their mission. Fourth is the ending one in all of these. 2, 3. Exactly. Defining that mission first, and then the rest of the sentences. That's also an easy peasy one. Camera went off. I'm changing battery in 5 seconds. Yes. Descriptive statement starting the sentence, passage, story is this. Researchers invited students to come at a research laboratory where they chatted with another person they didn't know. Now these are the results of that. Afterwards, they were asked, students. Researchers found after doing this that most students, the length of the conversation they were chatting, be the first one. And be the first one, and fortunately just one can save time, can go ahead if you're so precise about the first one. Exactly. That program is arranged buffet over the garden. Imagine over the garden you have a buffet. Off the garden, for the garden, in the garden, obviously, or probably at the garden at that location. No other possible combination. And guests are arranged. Prohibited. B doesn't take a first form. B doesn't take a first form. They don't exist. They are not arranged. They are requested to. So all in all, just one option. I got this wrong. Phrasal verbs are a lot of times not easy. Har Har Mahadev. Sakshi, good evening. Ram Ram, Sahil, good evening, brother. Yes, Jessica will always be the motivation. I got this wrong. I got this wrong. I remember. Yes, that was wrong. The thief somehow managed to get out from the police custody. No, I got this wrong too. Get off has a lot of meanings. I'll tell you from dictionaries because I don't remember all of those. I did answer this. Get on is to move on, hold on, that way. On is an adverb. To continue. Get over is to overcome something, which is not the case here. No, no. But there was a confusion between these two. The answer is get off. Let's see their description. Get over, overcome, yes. Get on, to proceed, continue. एक ही बात is the same. Get out means to get out. Get off. Hold on a sec. Hold on a sec. Checking the idiom dictionary. Get off. To physically climb off or disembark from something. So that's the case for, what should I say, thief. Yes, to physically climb off or disembark. However, it has a lot of meanings. To remove someone or something from some surface. To depart. To shoot ammunition. To successfully complete an action in sports, such as shot pass before time expires. To send something. Physically remove something. Receive a less severe punishment or avoid punishment altogether. Cause someone to receive a less severe punishment. Finish one's work day. Stop bothering or nagging someone. To be so bold as to do something. I'm not making all these things. Number by number, these are the meanings of this idiom or phrase, get off. Just one in the dictionary. To be partially excited by something. To have encounter with someone. So that is get off with 15 meanings approximately. No problem. Yes, Sahil, I got this wrong too. No problem. Okay. Quick. Obviously, we just need a verb for the subject, nothing else. Higher education, also called this or that. Blank space and optional final stage. Remember the fifth panacea I say? Without a verb, finite, you can't call a sentence a grammatically correct sentence. So higher education is a stage of this and that. Fine. Why are education have plural? Important is an adjective. Just one finite verb. Struggle with the fixed preposition. Destroy in seconds. Jai Janendra, good evening. No problem. Yes, obviously, struggle with. Need not think about this. I think all of us know. If one doesn't, do know this. That was so tricky. Oliveboard asked once, the first one, maybe the pronunciation go wrong, doppelganger, double of a living person. Okay, this ex sanguine, I think you can see here, but the meaning is not that. To drain someone of blood, the easiest one was cacophony. Harsh sound, bad sound. Fortunately, that was correct. I might have got this wrong. No problem. Let's see the meanings again. The correct word is appellation, which means a name, title, or designation. Yes, an apparition or double of a living person. Sanguine, but that's not sanguine. Exsanguinate. Sanguine is optimistic. Ex will be opposite. Ate, the verb form. So make someone, drain someone of blood. Make them sad, not happy. Cacophony, the harsh sound. Appellation with a double P, double L. We taste, smell our memories. Sensory memory is involuntary. So involuntary memories blank space without our conscious effort. Sahil, not bad. The set was good, honestly. Quick, everyone. Sensory memory is involuntary. Memories blank space without conscious effort when certain cues encountered in everyday life like tastes or scents trigger recollections of past. Memories won't read, we can read. Memory, and first of all, grammar. Memories is a plural subject. Plural subjects don't take SES. Plural subjects don't take SES. Don't even read them. Occur, happen, yes, something happens to our mind. I remember I was there and such, yes. Simplify. Memories are not going to simplify, and if they do, there should be the object of what is getting simplified. All in all, just one simple answer. Images produced by memory recalled through a present taste or smell enable us to remember people we have lost. Relive past blank space. Yes, it happens automatically, so should occur. Past, what should I say? Past memories, past experiences, past moments. Yes, that's what memories show. Reception, arrangement, precautions of what? Moments. Taste involves recognition and memory and numerous experiences. Obviously, when you're talking about memories, when you're talking about taste, smell, these are the senses. Remember, concrete nouns, things we can sense, touch, smell, taste, feel, notice, and such. Ultimate experiences, maybe. Smart experiences, no. Blunt, how would you say blunt or smart? These are dependent on the senses, images produced by memory, sensorial, depends upon the senses. And last and the least one, I'd been searching for decades for a cheese that matched what my mother made every week from milk. Now, milk should be naked. Who the hell would answer naked milk? Right, superstitious. Obviously, milk can be fresh for edible items. Quell. There was a close test I made you solve, and Quell was there. Yes. Actually, quell is to put an end to. Finish something. Put an end to. If something is stopping, so the antonym should be to start. The police presence helped quell the unrest and restore order in that area. Okay, so that was for that. Stopping that unrest. Justified is not at all related to stopping something. Dissuade will be, I would say, not at all related to that. Persuade, dissuade, conform to the norms, follow them. Similar, because if you quell, the police is stopping them from unrest. That means fine. They are stopping them, confirming, following the orders. Can't be the antonym. Provoke for unrest. Perfect. Now let's solve live the RC. In the bedrock of classical economics, the law of demand is a fundamental tenet. As the price of a good increases, quantity falls. However, a fascinating and counterintuitive exception exists with the realm of luxury, a concept brilliantly articulated by economist and sociologist. In his work, this phenomenon describes goods, a unique category of products for which the demand perversely increases as their price rises. That's something opposite, operating in direct defiance of conventional market logic. Exactly. At the heart of this paradox lies the concept of conspicuous consumption. Whoa. He argued that for the affluent, leisure class, the act of purchasing and displaying certain goods is not about the intrinsic utility, but about the publicly signaling wealth and social status. The value of something is inextricably linked to its high price, which serves as an overt broadcast of purchasing power. Yes, true. A designer handbag, limited edition watch, high performance sports car are not just functional items, they are powerful symbols of economic success. A $10,000 handbag carries not more than a $50 one, but the true function is to carry the owner's social status. Their exorbitant cost serves as a formidable barrier to entry, ensuring that ownership remains exclusive and therefore desirable as a marker of elite standing. This consumption is driven by invidious comparison. We have discussed invidious word before in the classes. The act of using wealth to create a visible distinction from those in lower social status. Consequently, if the price of such luxury item were to decrease, it would become more accessible to the general population, thereby diminishing the power as a status symbol. Very exclusivity that made it appealing would be lost through brand dilution, causing the elite customer to abandon it in search of the next unattainable price. In this way, the high price is not a deterrent but the primary feature that generates demand among the targeted audience. True. This is sometimes known as the snob effect, where desirability desirability is a direct function of others being unable to afford it. Great line. Desirability is a direct function of others being unable to afford it. The goods theory reveals that consumer behavior is not always driven by rational calculations of price versus utility. Instead, it often deeply influenced it is by social psychology, ambition, primal desire to communicate one's position within a social hierarchy. In an age of curated social media feeds, these public displays of status are more potent than ever. For this unique category of products, the price tag is not simply a cost, it's the status, the very essence of their allure. What does the phrase, oh, they're asking the same, invidious comparison most nearly imply? They have marked the meaning of invidious also, invidious comparison. The next line defines its answer. Exactly. I think it should be. I'm also solving live. The act of, they are themselves defining invidious comparison. What is that? The act of using wealth to create a distinction from those in the lower status, creating a distinction. Comparing products based on quality and performance? No. Judging items through objective market analysis? No. Evaluating goods to find the most effective? Not at all. Making distinctions to highlight one's superiority. Act of status. Yes. What argument does the author make about the relation between price and desirability in luxury goods? He did say something. Hello, everyone. I can pick through this line. That's why I haven't changed it. A unique category, what has been discussed in the passage, of products for which the demand increases as their price increases. The demand increases as their price increases. I would say that's it. There was another word, desirability. No. The same line is enough in my opinion. Demand increases as the price increases. Now pick it. Higher prices discourage them. No. Demand increases as the price increases. So price and demand both are increasing. Higher price discourage? No. Lower price increase? No. High price enhance desirability. Yes, as the price increases, the demand increases. Should be. I'm not sure. I am sure, but not known about the answer. Price has no influence. Impossible. What's the role of the clause which serves as an overt broadcast of purchasing power? Where is this line? It was, but don't remember exactly. The value of a good is linked to its price, which serves as done. Yes, first of all, it's defining price. Price serves as a broadcast of purchasing power. Price is noun there. Nouns are modified by adjectives, and that's a whole clause having a subject and predicate of its own. So adjective clause, no objection. Adverb, that's not adverb. Noun, no, we have a noun, price, so it can't be a noun again. And that's not a phrase. It has a subject, which. It has a verb, serves. Has a whole predicate, has to be the clause. What tone defines the author's stance on the behavior of affluent consumers engaging in conspicuous consumption? That's great. Disapproving, yet insightful. Probably yes. Sahil, this one or the previous one? Okay. Quick answers from your side. No. If you know the meaning of invidious, I hope yes, we can use Google. I'm showing you after because we are discussing it here, not attempting it live, and vocabulary has to be known. See the meaning. Invidious. Of an action that is, okay, forget about that. See the meanings. Unpleasant, awkward, difficult, undesirable. That is sufficient for me. Something which is invidious is undesirable. Undesirable. Now see its meaning or tone of the author. The author says this caused serves as a barrier to entry, ensuring ownership remains exclusive to those rich people. This consumption is driven by comparison. The act of using wealth to create a visible distinction from those in social strata, that's invidious. So author is not supporting him. Can't be optimistic. I'm not sure about the answer. I did not attempt this question. I'm attempting live before you. But in my opinion, shouldn't be optimistic. Not at all. The tone used by the author is not encouraging. He is not. He's saying invidious, undesirable. See, desirability is a direct function of others being unable to afford it. He's not supporting it. So can't say optimistic, can't say admiring, drop those positive options. Either it has to be confused, but the author doesn't seem confused and uncertain throughout the passage. The author knows what is correct, what is not, what is happening, what is not. I would say the first one. Thank God it is correct. Yes. Disapproving because he doesn't think so. This comparison is true. This is undesirable. He didn't approve of this, but the author is insightful, putting every single detail about this. When it happens, it happens. When it happens, it happens. Is that okay, Sahil? The author is not positive, is not admiring or optimistic. Drop. Author is not confused either. He's putting every single detail about that. So he's disapproving this customers showing off. Even the conspicuous word is negative. You say conspicuous when you want to show off. Otherwise, that would be a great display of money, wealth, and such. No, but we can't say he's uncertain. He's putting every single data so precisely. In the classical economics, he's using economics. So he can't be uncertain. Law of demand is this. It happens, it happens. However, there's another one exception with this, called this in his work, 1899, the theory of this phenomenon describes this and that. So we can't say he's uncertain. He is insightful, putting so many details, but he's not approving this tone. Okay, doubts welcome. Inure. We have come across this before. I hope you remember the fixed preposition like addicted to, accustomed to, inured to. Accustomed is the meaning. See, if somebody's accustomed to that, it doesn't change, it doesn't bother him and such. Sensitive, I can't eat so cold sweets and such. Sensitivity, you know this, but I'm accustomed to this. It happens daily. Yes, you are correct. So sensitize will be the opposite of inure because it is accustomed. If somebody is accustomed to something, he doesn't sense that. It happens daily, casually. So opposite, I would say, antonym. Injure, injury, not at all related. Weaken, no, he's addicted to that. He's accustomed to that. It's so common for him. Harden. In that case, he doesn't, or it doesn't matter for him, or it doesn't matter to him. That was difficult. So difficult. I first clicked retailer, but then I thought retail banking is not at large amount. Then I clicked vendor, to be honest. can buy from the vendor itself. But then I thought of merchants. We read in history, like there was a merchant. I might have been wrong. Fortunately, I got this correct because not so sure about those close options. Yes, merchant was the answer. I thought a lot. Let's see. Merchant, the person involved in wholesale trade. Okay. Vendor, offering something for sale, a trader in the street. Okay. Then paddler, the one paddle, pedestrian that way. Pod, legs, the person who goes from place to place selling small items. We have in our streets also. Jessica, retailer, selling goods to the public, not at a large scale. I first clicked retailer, then vendor, then clicked merchant. Large amount. That was confusing. That was confusing. Otherwise, all are correct. If you drop this, all are correct. Collusion. At scale, Jessica, it's all about that scale. Quick, everyone. Okay. I think you know this word lewd, which is to attract, sometimes in a sense of this also. You put the root word ad before that, l becomes l, so it's allude. I'm sure you know, allude, alluring. This is con, the root word, but l becoming l because of l, and the noun form collusion, that way. Plotting, to cheat someone, to attract someone, not in a positive manner. Plotting, conspiracy, and connive. I remember the verb form connive, ve. That's the noun form. Attendance, reference, perseverance should have been the noun form. Conspiracy, conspiracy, synonym done. We'll check the others later. And that was correct. Now, ulterior, ulterior motive. Interior, I think you know, the interior of our house also. Situation, totally different. That's conspiracy. This is conspiracy. To let something bad happen and not inform the others of that. Let it go on. With simplicity, I would say question of the day, because students are accustomed to who, by whom, wrong. Sahil, that was impressive. No, Himlata. Sahil? Okay, the majority saying B, not my answer. I got this correct. Check the subject-object combination. Thank you, Sahil. Everyone, I just say one simple thing. Check the subject, object, and verb. That's it. No matter how long the sentence is, the subject will become the new object, the object will become the new subject, and the verb in its passive form, be plus v3. That's it. That's it. Now let's apply. So easy, but not easy at a glance. Checking subject-object combination is quite easy. Okay. Who is being considered? That means it's already passive. Okay. By the committee So I think the new subject should be this committee. The committee is considering someone for the role of this and that. So who is not the new subject? Who is the new object? The committee, by the committee, that means the new subject will be committee, is considering someone. So that has to be the new object, not subject. Whom, feel this, he is being considered by the committee. The committee is considering him. So him, that way, is the committee considering. At least you can think of that's the new subject and considering. The committee is considering. Okay. Considering the committee, no, that's the new subject, not the object. Impossible. By whom? No, because it's still passive. Is considering, but that's not interrogative. The author had an interrogative tone. The answer should be interrogative. That's why I said that was impressive. It had nothing, but it had a lot. Not the cliche, hackneyed. I took 44 seconds, no problem, but still, that was good. Pretty good. Quick. Check the subject, verb, and object. That's it. Relying on mugged up rules won't help us every time. Okay, doing the same. Story was written by the author. The author wrote, V2. Had written, no. Did wrote, impossible, double V2. Was writing, no. That's it. 14 seconds, fine. Temporary police force, not navy, not army, both of these now. You can eliminate, by the way. That's what I did. Chivalrous, and all of us. I think we know the meaning of breeding. Produce children. Family. Give birth. Similar to brood. So great Sahil, great brother. Yes, Navy is not police force, not the temporary one. Army is not the temporary one. Brood is breed, producing children, family, and such, not the word which can be related to police force. I wasn't sure about the answer, but I was sure out of elimination. That has to be. Let's check the meanings. It means temporary force, navy, you know, army, you know, brood, family of birds or other animals. Check the subject, verb, and object. Quick. Okay. Manager informed his team, that's narration by the way, he was reviewing the final draft which needed to be submitted. Okay. The manager said to the team, I am reviewing which needs to be, looks good. He was, past continuous becomes past perfect continuous. No. Past perfect continuous. No. I am reviewing is fine, but needed past indefinite will become past perfect over here. Present indefinite, past indefinite. Done. Welcome, Vaishnavi. Okay. Scientists will have analyzed data. Forget about the objects of the proposition. Data will have been analyzed by the scientists. Data would, no. Before data will be, no. Before data will have been, yes. Data is, no. Will have been. Verbs are the most important words in a language. That's it. Will have been in just one option. Exactly. Old women said to the young boy, may you achieve, okay, may becomes my desertive. Told, may God bless you, is not something that we tell. We wish, we pray. Nope. Wish, may he. No, in the past it should become might. He achieved is past indefinite. No, no. May becomes might. May becomes might. Wished. Free marks in error detection. Exactly. That's it. Neither this or this. Neither or. Done. I think I need not say anything. Similarly. Absolutely. You know this, I'm sure. Hardly is a negative word. Not hardly will be superfluous. Not twice. Impossible. Hardly, I repeat, is a negative word. Cannot take not again. Double negation, exactly. They are easy to eliminate. Vaishnavi, yes, I agree. Not a common word all of us know, but let's eliminate. I hope so. I got this correct. Yes, I did. See, as a student, I'm saying, not as a teacher. The general ordered his troops, seems to me a military word, to retrench their position behind the river. Okay, general, troops, army, navy, done. To retrench the camp for fortifications. Camp of army is also probably the same, Faced with declining profits, the company, that's not about army or the troops, okay? Soldiers, once again, troops. Fortress, once again, troops and such. Out of elimination, done. That's it. Now let's see, you and I. A homonym is a word that is produced, has a difficult meaning. Retrench is a military term that means to fortify or defend a position with trenches or such. Retrench is to reduce also. Not sure about that, but can eliminate. Got this wrong. Okay. No, Nancy, the MBA. Okay, probably you are not saying the same. Yes, that has to be the answer. I got this wrong. If I be honest, there's a difference of British and American Englishes here. I am an engineer. Engineer is not a degree. Engineering is the degree. I've completed Master of Engineering. No article required before that. But in British English, generally, when we say a person holds many degrees, have completed bachelor of this, master of that, so I have one degree this, another degree this, another degree, for example, this also. So they consider an MBA as a degree, not that name of degree. So in British English, that's precise. I probably clicked D, so got this wrong. Obviously, MBA starting with a vowel sound A and then M, not the exact M sound first. So MBA for the vowel sound N. Looks and is a consonant, but the sound is a vowel one. Sahil. Quick everyone, we've taken enough time. Intelligenter. It's not the form. More intelligent. Okay. Most intelligent than. What is this? Superlative or comparative? More intelligent to. No, it's senior to, junior to, senior, junior, superior, inferior. More intelligent than. That's it. Probably an RC. Okay. So short. Why did I leave this? Spiritualists sought ways to communicate with the deceased, leading to the invention of various devices, including early forms of the board. The modern board, as we know, is a patented in and Charlie's marketed as a tool to communicate with spirits through the movement of across a board marked with letters, numbers, symbols. Over time, the board transcended its spiritual roots to become a cultural phenomenon deeply embedded in popular culture and folklore. The board gained traction during the World War I, where many sought solace in contacting lost loved ones. Its popularity surged further in the mid 20th century with portrayals in the books, movies, television shows, often showing supernatural or eerie encounters. Despite skepticism from skeptics and psychologists, attributing its workings to the ideomotor effect, where subtle movements are unconsciously made by participants, this board continues to intrigue and captivate. The given passages are done. No, Sahil, I'll mark the description. Do remember. Actually, you are not wrong as per the meaning of the word, but technically, when it comes to the theme, descriptive has a different meaning. We have discussed this in classes. We'll discuss. No problem. Yes, expository. Why? Feel the difference. Arguments will be putting arguments. The author did not put any argument. He just defined everything. It was this, it was this, it was that, done. He didn't put any argument. It wasn't narrative either, because in narration, we come across this comma, inverted commas, someone saying something, then grandma said, then I said, then they said, no one is saying anything. Either expository or descriptive. It can't be descriptive, I repeat. Descriptive as a word in English defines something. Descriptive writing, phase 2. Tier 3, tier 2 of many examinations, we have to write things. What's the cause of unemployment and all. Not in tone, descriptive defines this. Let me say, I can show you quickly. Descriptive in tone of an RC defines like this. You can feel that. Descriptive tone. When I entered the room, the light was so dim and low. There was a pot. The bed didn't have cover, creating an image in your mind. There was a chair also, which seems hanging. There was a carpet also, which was so torn and all. Behind the bed, there was this. There was a mirror also, which was such. In the gallery, there was this. So it shows or creates visuals in your mind. Remember this, please. Descriptive tone, RC, meaning. An RC's a descriptive tone uses detailed language, including sensory details, to help the reader visualize. Okay, so it's not defining something, it's making you visualize. Like I said, behind this, it was this. Behind that, it was such. Then there was a pot. Then there was a machine and such. Okay, Sahid. Quickly finishing things off, everyone. Synonym of the word. Fantasy will be something which is just imagination, the hypothetical one. I will buy a Lamborghini one day. I'll be just going in the Lamborghini. Everyone will be watching me, capturing my photos. I'll be so famous on social media and such. It will happen one day for sure. See, Shikha, that's my fantasy. Yes, solace is cool, calm, composed, comfort, comfort. And the synonym of the word comfort can't be agony, problem, can't be suffering, can't be contraction of muscles. Console someone. It gained popularity during Thank you, Aman. God bless you, hey dear. Respect and salute from my side for qualifying CDS. God bless you, hey dear. Hello? We are so slow. Quick, everyone. Okay. You can't say in the early 18th century. 1750s is not defined. 1740s and 20s is not marked here. Throughout the Industrial Revolution, there is nothing like Industrial Revolution here. 1850s, no. Renaissance period, I don't know. That's not a test of GS. Not marked in the passage. Late 19th century, at least we can say 1890s. Late 19th century. Primary purpose of the board when it was invented. Play games. I think there was PlayStation 5. RCs are so easy. So I'm sorry. I usually skip and solve live before you hear. Obviously, to communicate with spirits. Communicate with spirits. Predict future. No. Finishing things off quickly. Yes. Okay, we have finally completed. He announced we. He announced we. He. Probably they, not he. They have, not in the past. They had, okay. They completed, why? Have, had. That's it. Past, present perfect, past perfect. Great. If you know this, fine. If you do not, Akon. You can put the blame on me. You can put the blame on me. Lay the blame on, put the blame on someone. That's a phrase I would say. but with the exact meaning, nothing ambiguous or idiomatic. Lay the blame on, put the blame on, even place the blame on. Entire blame can't be lay, transitive, not lead. And lad is the V2 and no. Second form, third form of lay is laid. So being laid at doors. Models don't take ing. Models don't take third form. Improvement must be there. Be led. Passive of laid. I'm sorry. Sorry. Be laid. Passive of lay. Put the blame. Make someone's flesh crawl. We've taken 1 hour and 3 minutes. Okay. Make someone's flesh crawl is to make someone frightened. Horrible. That way. Something that hampers your emotional well-being. Not so soft. Crawling. Something that hampers your physical. Come on. Something that makes you cry. No. Crying may be for a different reason. This is to make you anxious, worried. Exactly in Hindi. Disgusting. The proof of the pudding is in the eating. How does ice cream taste? You try, please. What's the taste of this? Can't define in words. The taste of the pudding is in the eating. You eat it, you know the taste. Exactly. Results are the test of quality. If I say this is sweet or this is bitter, you may not know that. You taste it and you know the actual taste. So the proof of the pudding is to eat it. Perform it, then you know this. Jessica, great. पहले इस्तेमाल करो, फिर विश्वास करो. Got this wrong, I would still answer the same. Not sure. Mesmerizing, stunning, Shandar, if you understand. Spellbinding, they are synonyms actually. Camped is neat and clean, so will be synonymous, can't be the antonym. Now I answered confused, I will still answer the same because I think it is, if something was impressive performance later on, tedious is a better choice, but what a stunning performance. No, the movie was so, not confusing, but boring. Got it. So I got this wrong. Last. In today's hyper-connected era, social media has become far more than a means of communication. It has evolved into a powerful medium for shaping and performing identity. Platforms like these encourage individuals to curate digital versions of themselves, often blending authenticity with performance. People post pictures, stories, opinions, not to just share their experience, but to craft narratives about who they are wish to or appear to be. Ability to self-present offers both empowerment and pressure as users constantly negotiate between genuine expression and social expectation. Yep. Phenomenon of curated identity reflects the selective nature of self-representation. Users consciously choose what aspects of their lives to display. Celebrations, achievements, travels, aesthetic moments, while concealing failure. I have read something such before. Sadness or doubt. This selective visibility generates social approval through likes, shares, and comments, but also creates psychological strain. When others internalize these curated images as real, they may experience feelings of inadequacy, envy, particularly adolescents and young adults who are still developing self-concept. Research indicates that heavy social media engagement correlates with lower self-esteem as individuals compare their unfiltered reality with others' perfected portrayals. However, that's not completely detrimental, has emerged as a platform for advocacy and collective resilience. Campaigns like He for She, body positivity, mental health awareness illustrate how digital spaces can empower marginalized voices and foster a sense of belonging. Many people use these platforms to share personal struggles, challenge stereotypes, and build supportive communities across borders. In such, it becomes a tool for empowerment rather than performance. Ultimately, social media acts both as a minor and a mask, mirror and a mask, mirror reflecting fragments of truth, mask concealing insecurities and imperfections. Challenge lies in using it consciously, recognizing that self-worth can't be measured in metrics of likes or followers. True identity, the passage suggests, exists not in digital validation but in one's ability to be authentic despite the pressures of image-driven world. Okay. I don't think so. Tone question can be asked in this because the first passage was opposite the paragraph. The second paragraph is opposite. So there can't be a tone for the whole passage. For one paragraph, yes, it may be asked. Quick, curated identity. Curated identity. We all use this, we all do this, not blaming, just explaining that I'm not putting, okay, I captured 15 photos of mine. I won't be uploading the one my face was such or such or such or such. I'll be putting the perfect one. Even I'm looking better than I actually am. So curated identity, spontaneous sharing, no, not the instant one. The deliberate portrayal of selected aspects like happiness, not failure or doubt and all. Yes. Rejection, no. Impact of comparing one's life, no. That's not the meaning of curated identity. Identity which is curated, which is perfected, not the real one. Meaning of consciously. Done. Thank you, Chivalrous. Conscious. I was aware of this. Deliberate. I did that intentionally. No, Shikha. Obvious is something which is perceptible. Obviously, I can see there's a stone out there. Not intentionally, I can see there's a stone out there. But deliberately, consciously, intentionally. Accidentally, no. Spontaneously, no. That'll be opposite. Mike. Okay, 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 okay. I thought, how can tone be asked? I did say that, honestly, that this is opposite, this is opposite. So tone question in such passages cannot be, but thank God the options are. No, obvious is something that you know. Oblivious, something that you are not aware of. Okay, no problem, Shikha. Quick, everyone. You know the first paragraph is defining something else, but the second is defining something else. Social media is not always harmful. It has positive things also. No, I was marking Nancy actually. Hello? I hope you have answered. That's a balanced one. First of all, defining the cons, then defining the pros. Balanced one. Not always harmful. Is good also, is bad also. Balanced. Cynical based on his personal opinion? No. Critical, there was nothing critical or urgent there. Indifferent, I don't care. No, the author cared and discussed a lot, but it was a balanced approach. Yes. True identity, the passage suggests, exists not in digital validation but in one's ability to be authentic despite this. No, Sahil. A subject here, a verb here, one. Another subject here, Another verb here, to. So we have a couple of sentences. Oh my goodness. We have two verbs. Passage suggests that true identity exists, not in this, but in that. No, we don't have three sentences, Vaishnavi, to call it compound complex. If it is, Sahil, I will say you are correct. Let me check. Passage suggests that true identity exists here or there. You have two verbs, two clauses, should be a complex because both are not independent. No problem. I will inform them that's wrong. No. Since the time is 9:21, I'm calling it a day after the next statement, but I will check this once more and will feed the team back. Correct spelling of an instrument displaying. Okay. You are correct, Sahil, right now I would say. I think it should be C. Maybe wrong. Spell check is not always easy. Oscillations, double L. Oscillo. Done. Thank you so much for being here. Bye-bye. Take care. Be safe. You've been impressive. Thanks a lot. See you pretty soon on the next time. Thank you so much. Before I finish, let me mark about the sale. I have already informed you. And yes, for sure, 2 new batches have started for CGL Tier 2 3.0 crash course, revision plus practice. And for CGL 2026, the foundation course 3.0. Both English and Hinglish medium ones. One is welcome. Thank you. Thanks a lot, everyone, for being here. Thank you, Himlata. Oscillations, great Shikha. Yep, oscillations. Thank you, Sahil, Nancy, Vaishnavi, and everyone watching it later also. Thank you, Shikha.